trauma is real, and whenever I see people talk about their story, I'm always happy, just trying to relieve themselves, you know. And that is where therapy even comes into play, because that way you're able to like offload those burden, you're able to just free yourself of whatever load you're carrying. So I came across this video where Abusive Lazarus was interviewing one lady, and to be honest, I first saw this post on Instagram and I was like, what? This lady has been through a lot. Just from the reel I saw on Instagram, I was like, I'm just going to watch this video. I must watch this video. And she just talking about how her boyfriend was so abusive, and then she stayed. And in fact, the more the boyfriend beats her, the more she loves her. I'm like, Egbami. She shared how she wasn't loved from home, you know, her childhood story, her background, and you could really see how that was playing out in her life, in her relationship life, which I'm so happy she did. And you know the parts where Abusive Lazarus asked her that after seeing all these things, how do you feel? She felt like a load leave her, she feels light, you know. She was just like expressing how she feels. I'm like, yes, this is it, because I've been in that situation before, you know, when I just express myself and just talk about whatever is bothering me. When I let it out, I feel free, I feel light. Honestly, this video, if you've not seen this video, please go and watch that video. So this is more like a reaction video where I talked about the lessons I learned, you know, like what I think other people should know, and you know how these things actually play out in our life, you know, how trauma play out in our relationship, most importantly. And also I'm going to talk about our healing process, our healing journey, because I think they actually emphasized on our healing journey. Of course, she shared her story, she shared everything she went through, but our healing journey was so important, because so many people, they actually wallow in self-pity, they wallow in, oh, I've been through a lot. Suffering is not a competition, right? Because I know people are going through a lot. I've been through a lot too. I know people are going through a lot, but that doesn't leave the place of healing, right? Whatever has happened to you has happened to you, and you really need to surrender everything to God, because if you don't surrender those things to God, how is God going to heal you? So today I just want to like shed more light from our story, you know, pick more lessons for people to learn and actually see things in a different light. And also I'm going to be talking about the place of our own will in our life, right? So our story is one interesting story that I think you guys should go and watch the video. I can't really say everything she said in that video, but basically she grew up in a household where, you know, the mother wasn't present because the mother is sick, and then the father is like aged, he's like 100 years, you know. So imagine a young girl like having that kind of dad, you know, maybe like her dad was in his 70s when they had her. So imagine that high age gap, right? She was just saying that she can't really express certain things to her dad, like they can't even talk about certain things, right? So she was just sharing that even there's no unity among her siblings as at then, but now they're trying to make up for things. And most of the stories she shared in that particular video, she was like, in fact, our siblings may be hearing that for the very first time, which I'm like, this is so heartbreaking. Like, it shows that there is no like unity like that, you know, in the family. But like, I think God is helping her, right? But the first thing I'm going to pick out from the story she said is that she stayed in an abusive relationship. Like, okay, the guy was very toxic, and you know, the guy liked her, and he said, okay, I want you to be my girlfriend. And then they started dating, and along the way this guy will beat her. Like, if she says something, maybe small thing, the guy will pick offense and beat her. Maybe when they go to a restaurant, the guy will beat her. When she says nonsense, you know, maybe when they are in the school or anywhere and everywhere. And she was saying that it's not just small beating, just spanking, no, like serious beating. In fact, the guy will even beat her with the rod of, like, if you know, if you guys know cotton rod, that the rod of a cotton, that the guy will even beat her with that. And like, hey, but thankfully she was able to leave that relationship. But you know, it was difficult for her to leave, because from that interview she was even saying that after beating her, the guy will actually go and buy chivita and chicken for her. Hey, buy chivita and chicken for her, you know, and tell her that I'm correcting you because I love you. What? That is abusive. And I understand the place where she was coming from. She said that the guy knew that she had no one to talk to, not even your dad calling you, how far are you doing, hope you've eaten. No call from your mom, you know. She doesn't know, like, she's not loved from home, so it is just okay for her to like stay in that kind of relationship. So I'm seeing how these things is playing, and I'm sure that there are so many ladies out there, there are so many guys out there too that are in this kind of situation. I saw that video, I was super happy, and Apostle Femi Lazarus, shout out to you. You're doing a great job. I love you so much, sir. So like, just hearing her story and how things were playing out, I'm like, this is a lot. And apparently I watched that video in the midnight, and I was just like, this lady went through a lot. And even right now, I think she's about getting married, and you know, she still carried that baggage to her relationship. But thankfully, the guy is someone that, you know, is submitted under God, is under the leadership of God, is under mentorship, and the guy, God really used the guy to help this lady, because like, this guy will tell her, I'm tired. Imagine her fiance is from a good home where they are loved, you know. The dad will call him, the mom will call him, and she'll be like, why are they calling you, you know. And that is so, that like, just being like nagging, or just being like, yeah, basically nagging guys, or being just always wanting trouble. And you know, that guy coming from a peaceful home, no wahala, no issue and everything, and then you bringing your wahala. So I actually feel that God actually sent this particular guy into our life, because you know. And when she was talking about the part where even the mother-in-law like will order love on her, I'm like that is so great, you know. And she said that when that woman actually show her love, you know, she'll be like, so this is what I missed as a child, so this is the motherly love I'm missing, you know. Her story really inspires me, honestly. And then from what she said, I could really pick lessons that, as she was saying it, I was like, oh, maybe this is why I behave this way sometimes too, this is why I think this way sometimes, you know. Just, I'm seeing that, okay, maybe it's from trauma, not maybe, I'm seeing that it is from trauma. You get? So like, actually, like, seeing things like this is actually helpful to the society. Like, there's no how you watch that video and you not feel something, right? So that was so important. And going to our healing process, because I've had this discussion with so many people, and they're saying that people are always going through a lot and it's not easy to heal. Our story, like, one thing I picked out from her story is that she was willing to heal. You first have to identify a problem before you can even like provide a solution to it. From her story, she was like, okay, she wants to misbehave, or you know, when someone offend her, she wants to react immediately and let the person know that you've hurt me. But sometimes she hears that voice that tell her, stop, be calm, don't do this, don't do that. And she said when she started like listening to that voice, her life began to change. So you can see the place of her willing to obey, willing to change her life, willing not to act. So are you seeing the place of healing, being intentional about healing? Okay, we know you've suffered and we are so sorry for that. We know you've been through a lot and we are so sorry for that. Leave the past and focus on your future, focus on now and heal, right? We know it is so painful, we know you are going through pain, we know you are going through a lot, but you're not allowed to wallow in that. You need to involve God, surrender your pain to God, surrender everything to Him, and He's more than willing to help you. But you must first have that will in you to say, okay, God, I need you. God, help me. There's this hurt in my heart. I'm tired, I'm weary, I'm just sad. I need you to help me. This pain is too heavy. Help me. The place of your own will. Don't ever wallow in self-pity. No. And the part where she talked about Bimbo and ID story, you know, she was like, because if you don't know the story, this particular lady burnt herself in a particular building, their residential building. She burnt herself down. People were like, why would she kill herself? Why would she like burn down such a precious house and just lose her life like that? And she was like, when we were saying that, she was like, me, I can do it. I can burn myself down, like just kill myself. Right? Because like she was just saying that you can't really express the pain, you can't, like, it's a lot that you just want to end everything. So she said she could just relate, and that shows the level of trauma, it shows the level of pain these people are carrying, and there's so many more out there, right? So I'm really grateful for that kind of platform that Apostle is like trying to build, and you know, where people come to share their story. It's so important. So you know, when she was saying that, I'm like, she said she can do it, but God has really helped her. And when she got to listen to Apostle's message, you know, our healing journey began. Within the space of 6 months, she was like healing, you know, she was seeing results. Even her fiance was seeing the results. So I'm like, you need to heal. It is not easy. So many of us carried childhood trauma too, you know, and of course, and these things are different. There are different layers to it. That of course, some people's story is so heartbreaking. Some people's story is so worse. I get their layers to this thing, but like these things, we are not meant to live in those things. We are meant to find healing, come to a place of healing, right? So I'm like, see, there's the place of us willingly allowing God to work on us, and also being open. I'm not like, you may be watching this video and be saying, okay, you don't really know what I'm going through. Whatever you're going through, God is able to heal you. Just be open. And you can go to therapy also. You can go to therapy, because God wants us to heal. That was not the way God wanted it to be in the beginning. God wants us to heal. God wants us to be happy. God doesn't want us to be sad, right? So you know, you may be saying, okay, it is easy for me to just make this video. Guys, we all have our own story. We all have our own story. So, but I realized that the willingness to heal, that is the starting point. That place of you saying, God, just help me. God, just help me. Letting out that pain, right? Guys, thank you so much for watching. I thought to just react to this video. Please like this video, thumbs up this video. And yeah, my name is Jeremiah Absayo. Please join this community. You're welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my other videos too. Thank you so much. And yeah, please check out the video. I will see if I can link the video in the description below for you to watch it. And yes guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.